I am so delighted today to be adding this wonderful friend of mine to this series for International Women's Week Day. It's week now with us on Divorce Goddess, and her name is Janie Anderson Temperley. I've known Janie for, blimey, 30 years probably, or maybe slightly less than that. And she's one of my oldest friends. She's an inspirational woman. She is an incredible mother. She's written this incredible, beautiful children's book, which I would ask you all to take a look at and purchase. And I'm going to be talking to you. So this is who you are. And what do you do? Go on, give us, we need to know what you do on a daily basis as a very busy mum of teenagers. And
yeah, I was just thinking about how long we've known each other and thinking that means I'm quite old. That's what I'm thinking. Oh dear, yeah, no, we met back in the day. I always call it back in the day when I met you because it seems such a long time ago, but actually we've been through so much in many areas of our life, and ended up in this point with me writing a children's book, which I hadn't really put in my life plan, to be honest, and you being wonderful in the world of divorce, which possibly on your journey you hadn't thought you might
anticipated.
So haven't we've all been on a journey, and I think that's really important that we're still in touch with each other. And I think there were times when our paths probably went like that with the children and busy lives, and then things that are meant to be together always migrate back on those stages, but we've always just been there, haven't we? So yeah,
I think
amazing.
Oh, and likewise. So tell me, why do you love women?
I think that we are one of the most incredible, should we say species? I don't think we can we really? But
I don't know,
think
but
we come from a very different place in terms of the way that we think about things. And there's always a huge amount of compassion in there. And I think that we've had a difficult journey because really we are the carriers of babies, but then we also now know that probably we keep everything running, don't we? We keep everything running. And if you're a woman that's chosen not to have children, then I still think you have some compassion in there, even if you haven't chosen that route. But I think
just as a woman, I mean, I just think it's inbuilt, it's cellular, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. And I've always had I've been able to get on with women, and in fact I've become friends with women quite quickly, and because I have a very open book style personality, and often that can burn you because some women aren't quite so open. But what I would say is that I have learnt to now be more of an observer as well. So just sit back and wait a little while. But in essence, I think we can do pretty much everything. Can you have it all? I don't know the answer to that question because I am a home stayer, and I had my career and I give it now. It's all about the children really.
And writing amazing books as well. I think it's really important that we, I think. I mean, like anything, not everybody is for everybody. But actually that observing and not judging as well. I think the sort of whole conditioning of women, that competitive, it's like, don't need to do that. Just be there for each other. And however, which way we show up, and that actually fundamentally we remember that it doesn't matter what's going on, that we are all women inside and there. And actually, we all need to learn to grow and trust each other more and support each other, which is why I wanted to run this series, just to kind of really talk about to amazing women all around the world.
It's really, sorry, I was just going to say, it's interesting watching our teenagers in this space that they're in now, and actually watching the judgments certainly online, that has been a big thing as a mum, because we didn't have that, did we? We didn't have any of that. And learning to cope with that and listen to your children and just explain to them that it actually doesn't matter what that person is doing. I think that's really become huge right now for women. But I think my daughter is able to bypass that, and she's less judgmental than she was probably 2 years ago.
I think it's a sort of a journey as well, into, you know, through sort of teenagehood, and we all have to go through these layers, and it's how we come out, and it's how we're supported to go through them as growing women, young women coming out into this very, very different world as well. If you had a life tip, I'm asking everybody, for women, what would it be?
Well, I have to go back to the observation comment as well, just to sit back, because I've always been a jumper inner and always been the first one to do things or say things or get it right out there. And then actually, as time has gone by, I've just become, I'm just going to listen to what that person has got to say. I struggle with that. I think my grandmother did it as well. She would always be chatting away and jumping in. And I've really learned that actually I'm just going to listen. And I think that's my biggest lesson in life, is to be more of an observer. And I haven't been in the past. Not that that's a bad thing, just too chatty.
Can I just say, if you hadn't have been that person in the past, when you jumped into that office, and this, I have to share with you all, literally Janie walked in and I went, I want to be that girl's friend. I literally just want to hang out with you. And it was like a friendship made. I mean, it was just very, very fast and very quick and just absolutely rock solid.
But that's all about the vibration that anyone brings to anything, isn't it? And I felt the same. So that's a mutual feeling that we had for each other, I suspect. And I think women do have that sense of, oh, that's who I want to be with.
Yeah, totally. I get that. Thank you so much for being on here, and just ever can't wait until lockdown finishes and we can hang out again. So give each other a big hug. Miss you too.
Miss you so much.
Yeah. Thank you for being on here and being part of this.
All right.
Thank you. Bye.